Looking for someone I could take with me. Blast off, I did hit like spaceship. Is it you, baby? Ooh, what it do? What it do, baby girl? What it do? Is it true? If you is, then I'm gonna rock with you. Can't keep getting blues. Yeah, I just want love, love, love. Yeah. Baby girl, she just wanna yeah, turned up.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Trini C is back. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my one-day post-op experience. I'm going to be going into depth about how my surgery went, describe the day and the experience in a bit more depth because I wasn't able to video a lot for the actual surgery day. So today I'm going to be going into depth into the experience of the day, the actual surgery, the aftermath of the surgery, medication, traveling back, my one day post-op consultation. Everything's going to be in this video, so stay tuned. Morning guys, so I'm going to my pre-op appointment now. I've had a good sleep and everything. My eyes are a little bit red. Don't know if you can see, but my eyes are kind of red and a bit bruised. But we're going to see how my vision's doing one day after surgery. So guys, I'm waiting to be called. I just had a few eye tests. As you can see, my eyes are a bit bruised. But I feel good. I can see. So let's see if I've reached 20/20 vision.
Did you find the place okay?
I went all the way down there and then I came all the way back up.
Oh, okay.
Everyone get lost on the way.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Bye. So guys, I've been told that I have better than 20/20 vision, which is great. I'm now able to drive now, which is great. I'm so happy. Everything's so clear. I've not had any pain really, just my eyes here feeling a bit heavy, but besides that, I've had no pain or discomfort. I've slept and I feel great. So I've now got 20/20 vision and I'm happy. So guys, I've had my laser eye surgery yesterday and today I had my consultation to see whether I had reached 20/20 vision. Turns out your girl has got better than 20/20 vision. How about that? So yeah, my eyesight is better than 20/20 vision. I'm so happy. On my way to my appointment, I was thinking to myself, I'm looking around and everything is way clearer, no blurriness or anything. But like, say like if a car was to move really far away, I wouldn't be able to see it. So I'd think to myself, okay, maybe I haven't reached 20/20 vision. But I got there and turns out I actually have reached 20/20 vision, which was great. So yeah, I don't know what to say. I just can't believe that I can actually see without my glasses, which is crazy because I was counting how many years that I've been wearing glasses and it's been like 16 years that I've been wearing glasses, and it's like I don't have to wear them now for like a long period of time. So it's like, wow, that's amazing. But yeah, so guys, as you can see from my one-day post-op consultation, I have reached 20/20 vision, which is great. I can see the difference completely. From as soon as the surgery happened, I could tell the difference. So I'm just going to go through the day now and then I'll work my way back through to my one-day post-op consultation. So I travelled to Nottingham Optical Express for my surgery. The journey there was fine. It was fairly quick. I was feeling a bit tired just because I had to be in Nottingham for 8:30 a.m. So the first train that I got on was at 6 a.m. With a connecting train to get to Nottingham. When we got to Nottingham, the Optical Express, it was easy to find. It was literally less than 5 minutes walk from Nottingham train station, so I was thankful for that. When we got there, just because of like coronavirus and everything that's going on, had to antibiotic my hands, and I also had to check my temperature, which was fine. Then I went on to I had my eyes scanned just to make sure that my prescription and my eye, you know, I don't know what it's called, but to make sure that my eyes are the same as when I had my consultation for the laser eye surgery. So those tests went fine. After those tests, I then went on to the second floor, which was where the laser eye surgery was going to take place. What happened then? So then I was in the waiting room and I had to read this form just to say that, yeah, I'm happy to have it done. I've had all my consultations, all of my questions have been answered. And then, yeah, I was just waiting. So then the surgeon called me, the guy who was actually going to be doing my eye surgery, and he called me into a little room just to have a little chat, just to make sure that everything was fine, that I'm happy to go ahead if I had any questions. And then he went on to describe the procedure that I was going to have done. So I had a Lasik iDesign laser eye surgery. This just means that a flap was created in my eye, and the flap was pulled back to reveal the deeper inner side of my eye. Yeah, just reveal my eye even more. And the laser was put in there to correct, you know, my vision. So after that, I was told to wait in the waiting room, and then I'll be called to have my laser eye surgery done. So I went to the waiting room, and here's me thinking, oh yeah, it's only going to be like, you know, 15-20 minute wait, you know, before he calls me. And then it's been over 30 minutes. So I'm like, okay, like, I want to get this done and go home and sleep. So then the lady who did my tests first, she comes up to say that they've had an error message come up on the laser machine, and they're not authorized to fix it. So they need to get an engineer in, and the engineer could take up to 3 hours to get here. 3 hours. I was like, no. So I've come all the way to Nottingham, yeah, and I might not even be able to get my surgery done, because they said to me that if they can't find an engineer, then they're not going to be able to do the surgery in the Nottingham clinic, and that it will have to be rescheduled to the Sheffield clinic. Right at this point, my heart was racing. I was like, please God, allow me to get it done today and allow it to be here, because I don't want to be scheduled. So I was just getting very annoyed. So they was like, you can go and take a walk, you know, we'll call you, you know, when the engineer's here and the machine is ready. So I was like, cool. So I went downstairs to my cousin and told her what was going on. Initially, I thought that there wasn't enough staff, because I overheard some staff speaking, saying, oh yeah, so-and-so's not here, we need to have more people in the room when the surgery's happening, things like that. So I thought it was that. It's only when I actually went up that I realised that that was the actual reason why it was taking so long. So bit of confusion there. Didn't like the whole waiting procedure. You you know, if these things are prone to happening, they should have like procedures in place where like there's an engineer that's like close by to the Nottingham branch, so they're not going to take that long to get here, things like that. It was just like a lot of waiting around, and it was a bit much. So then me and my cousin, we took a walk around Nottingham town centre. Obviously nowhere was really open. There's nowhere for us to sit down and have like a drink or anything like that. So we took a walk for a bit, and obviously I'm not for walking. Not for me. So we found a Greggs that was open. We ordered some Greggs, and then I called the clinic and I was like, listen, there's nowhere open for us to sit down, our batteries are dying and we're far from home. Can me and my cousin come in to just eat and charge our phones? The guy on the phone was like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. Because initially they said that only I'm allowed in the clinic, so my cousin literally had to wait on the bench outside in the town centre with bare birds and strangers and everything. I was just like, oh Lord, let me just hurry up so I can be back with my cousin. So then we got to Optical Express Nottingham. It was like probably like a 5-10 minute walk away from the Greggs that we went to, and then we got in and I just walked in obviously, but then they checked my cousin's temperature, which was fine, and she had to antipack her hands the same as I did. And then there was this one woman that was like, oh no, you can't come in. And then the guy who was on the phone, he was like, oh no, that's the girl that I said could come in so they can charge their phones. And she was like, oh well, you better go and tell so and so. I was thinking to myself, why are you being so like, you know, jumpy and inner, you know, like this is already confirmed over the phone. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I understand that coronavirus, you know, is serious and they've got to have protocols in place and stuff like that, but I'm just like, calm down. She's my cousin. She's only going to be sitting there in her seat, charging her phone and having something to eat and drink. That's all she's going to be doing. Irritating. So then we waited for a bit. So at this time, okay, so when they told me that I'm going to have to wait, it was around just after 9 AM. So bearing in mind, I got there around 8:25 in the morning, and then after I had my test done, spoke to my surgeon, and then I had to do that long breed of waiting. It was after 9 AM. So then after we'd had a walk and everything and gone back to Optical Express, I think it was about what would I say, I'd say around between 10:30 and 11 AM. It was around that time. So we just sat there, we had our Greggs, we just chit chat, you know, had something to eat, had something to drink. And the lady who did my test before, my first set of test, she said that it should be around 12 o'clock that the engineer gets here, so it won't be such a long wait. I was like, thank you Lord, because that was two things confirmed. That one, they definitely have an engineer coming, and two, I'm definitely going to get my eye surgery done today. So I was just like, thank you God. So then we were just talking for a bit, you know, my cousin was literally falling asleep in the chair. She was nodding like that. I was like, don't fall asleep because you need to escort me after this, love. So then I think it was around what would I say, I think it was around 12:45 PM that I was actually called. So then I was called, I popped to the toilet, and then obviously I came out, and then it was like, Trini's Kato, and I was like, yeah, that's me. So then we walked into the actual room where the surgery was going to take place, and because there's 3 people that are in the room at the same time, so those 2 people were introduced to me, and obviously I already knew the surgeon who was doing it. So I went into the room, put my stuff on the side, and then I had to get up onto this chair, and then I had to put on this cap, because obviously I had my hair long like I've got it now. I had to put on this cap, put all my hair in, all under everything, and then did I have to put any drops in first? Can't remember, but basically I just had to lie down flat, completely flat, and then the lady just put some drops in my eye. I think those were the numbing drops, because they put drops in your eyes to just numb your eye completely. So I was worried about I don't know if it's just me, but like when you have to hold my when I have to hold my eye open for a long period of time, my eyes just start, you know, going a bit funny, and it's like I have the urge to blink. That was gone. Those numbing drops completely got rid of that. I didn't even feel anything. So now let's talk about the actual surgery. So I had my numbing drops and everything, and then there was like, I was lying down flat, and there was a machine here and a machine here. So first I had to have like, they put this suction thing on my eyeball, so my eyes were open wide, and there was like this suction thing that like sucked onto my eyeball. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like marks on my eyes. Don't know if you guys can see, but this one is quite evident. And that is just from where that suction has been on my eyeball. So it's just a little bit bruised, but it's not that bad. So yeah, basically they do that. I don't even know what that does. I don't know what the suction thing does, but yeah, that's what happens first. Then they slid me over underneath the machine onto the left, and that one created the flap. And then they slid me over to the other machine, and then he used this little tiny utensil, instrument, whatever you want to call it, and then he like lifted the flap. And it's like, when he lifted the flap, it's like I knew he lifted the flap, because yeah, my vision was blurry, like how it usually is when I don't have glasses on. My vision was blurry, but then when he lifted the flap, I could literally just see a red ring with a black dot in it. And I was thinking to myself, wow, is that what inside of my eye looks like? It was actually crazy. Like my eye was just like, you know, opened up. And then at that point, that's when I had the laser go into my eye. So I had to have it for 25 seconds. So one of the other people that were in the room was counting down. So it's like 25, 20, 15, 10. And then it was 3, 2, 1, boom. Then the laser was shut off, and then the flap was quickly put over, and then I used a little sponge to just make sure that the flap was in place. Drops was put in my eye, so I had to close my eyes, and that was it for the first eye. So that's what happened with the other eye. When it was done, I just sat up and I was like, whoa, I can see the clock. Because right where I was sitting, there was a clock in front of me, and I remember looking at the clock and how blurry it was. And I lay down, had that done, sat back up, and I was like, whoa, I can see the clock from here. It was crazy. So I remember when I lay down, it was like, it was between 12:50 and 12:55. Yeah, literally within there. I was up and out of that room by 1 p.m. No joke, it was that quick. Literally less than 5 minutes. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. But I didn't feel anything. It was a little bit uncomfortable, but I just made sure that I remained still, you know. I wasn't that scared, to be quite honest. I think it's because I was waiting around for so long, and I was there from 8:30 a.m. and now it's like 1 p.m. and I've only just had my surgery done. So it's like, you know, so to get it over and done with, and you know, it was fine. I just got up, and then I was taken into this room to go through the medication, which are basically just eye drops that I needed to take. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to discuss now. So when I was taken into this room, she just basically went through everything that I need to do now that I've had the surgery. So she just went through the medication. So I'm going to go through the medication now. So we have this one first. This one is called After Quicks eye drops. These are for, this is to help prevent infection. because after, obviously it's a cut in your eye basically, so if anything gets in there it can become infected. But with this, when you're putting these in 4 times a day, it kind of prevents you from getting an infection. So the next one was this one. So this one is called Maxidex. This is just to prevent, to help, so the red bruising that's actually on my eyeball, this will help to reduce that and get rid of those bruises. They are normal to have red, you know, eyes, red bruises, red marks on your eyeball after surgery. It's completely normal. But putting these in, these are 2 drops 4 times a day. It will help to reduce the look of those bruises on your eyeball. And then the last one I have is these Blink eye drops. So this is basically just for dry eyes. So I know that after surgery and when the numbing drops started to wear off, my eyes started to feel very dry. So putting these in 4 times a day just helps with the dryness of your eyes and kind of brings them a bit more moisture. Also, after surgery, as you can see in my previous videos, I had to wear these right after surgery just because I didn't have any sunglasses, and I was going to be super sensitive to light, which I was. Like, honestly, on the day of surgery, when I was traveling back, I could barely have my eyes open. Literally, I was walking around like this, trying to have my eyes close them as much as possible so I can see where I was going. Like, it was not nice. But these are initially just so that just for when I'm sleeping. So this is to make sure that I don't rub my eyes or knock my eyes, or nothing doesn't get in my eye while I'm sleeping. So I wear these while I'm sleeping, but I did wear these after surgery just because I didn't have any sunglasses. So now everywhere I go, I have my really dark sunglasses. Like, they look black, they're that dark. So that's what I have. So that's also what I had. I have to wear this for a week after surgery, only while I'm sleeping. And the piece of paper says that, how long do I need to use these drops for? Oh, for a week. Yeah, so the eye drops are just for a week after surgery. Everything's basically just after a week and then you're fine. Yeah, so that's all that I had, and that's the medication. So after that, I put my little goggles on. I went downstairs to my cousin and I felt fine. And then when she saw me, she was like, oh my gosh, Janice, your eyes are so red. But I was thinking to myself, know what, forget about that, you know what, I don't care, I feel fine, let's get to the train station so I can sit down, relax and sleep. That's all I wanted to do. So while I was walking back, I felt fine right after surgery. And then it was just waiting for the train to come back to Birmingham. And then when my eyes started to feel funny, the tops of my eyes started to feel very heavy and just like I wanted to close my eyes. And then the sensitivity to light started to come in, and I was like, oh my gosh, get me home, get me home, get me home. I wasn't in any pain. Honestly, this is my honest opinion. I felt zero pain. Zero pain. Up until this very moment, zero pain in my eyes. So yes, I would actually say that it is pain-free. It's just the surgery is very uncomfortable. And then it's the sensitivity to light that kind of hurts, but I wouldn't class that as pain. It's just like when, say, if I didn't have surgery, if you look around you and the sun's shining, you're going to be sensitive anyway. It's just more sensitive than normal. So yeah, it is pain-free. But traveling, that's when I started to get tired because I think the numbing drops were wearing off. So it was just like, okay, yeah, time to close my eyes, time to go to sleep. So on the journey I did actually have a rest. I slept for like an hour. My cousin recorded me sleeping. But yes, that's basically it in regards to, like, you know, the whole surgery day. I think everything else is kind of like a blur, because I got home and I slept for 2 hours. I woke up and I was really tired, and then I went back to sleep, and then it was like midnight, and then I had something to eat. So I was that tired. I didn't even eat, you know, after my surgery. I was that tired. But I can say that after I had my first nap, after 2 hours, I woke up, my eyesight has improved completely. So like when I went to sleep, my eyesight was, I could tell that obviously I can see everything around me. Like I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. So yeah, I could see clearly, but it was still a little bit blurry, a little bit hazy. But then when I woke up after my 2-hour nap, I was like, oh, I can see. Mama, I can see you. That's what I was like. So I could see, but then I went back to sleep again just because I just felt so drowsy. I think it was just all the traveling, the waiting around. I was drowsy, so I had another rest. And then I woke up one day post-op and I felt great. I felt amazing, and my eyes were just, I just felt like everything was brighter, clearer. It was just great. I loved it. So now I'm going to talk about my one-day post-op consultation and what it included, and yeah, that was it. So waking up one day post-op, my eyesight was great. It had like it just keeps on improving. Every time I wake up, I'm just like, wow, I can see it. I keep testing my vision. So like how I've got like my diary and my calendar on my wall, I'll walk back and I keep walking back to see, you know, where I get to, and I can't see it. And I'm like, I'm kind of down the stairs and I can still see my bedroom. Like, wow, eyesight is great. One day post-op waking up, I had no sensitivity to light anymore, no pain, no uncomfortable feeling. And my vision was a lot clearer. So when I got to my post-op appointment, I still didn't do any recording. I didn't want to ask them either, because I felt kind of stink when they say, no, sorry, you can't record. So, you know, I just didn't bother asking anyway. So first I had Jacinda, I remember his name, Jacinda, an Optical Express Dudley. So he tested my eyes, just to check I think he was to check the prescription and to check the health of my eye. My eyes are perfect. And then I went into the waiting room to wait to actually have my actual consultation to find out, you know, where my eyesight is at now. So I had a lovely lady who did my eyes. She was so nice and kind. So basically what I had to do is, it was like a normal eye test where you sit in the chair and you have, like, you know, letters in lines and stuff like that. And I had to read the letters that I could see. I also had to like cover one eye, cover the other eye. I noticed that one eye, like this eye, was blurry a little bit. I could still see them, but it wasn't as clear as this eye. And I was like, is that normal? And she's like, yeah, that's normal. It's only like, you know, 24 hours post-op, but that will improve. And I can say now, when I do it, it's exactly the same. So if your eyes do feel a bit blurry and one's not as clear as the other, don't worry, that will improve every time you sleep and wake up and your eyes rest, and, you know, yeah, that will improve. So yeah, during my consultation I was told that I have better than 20/20 vision. I was so happy. I was like, on my way to the consultation, I was like, there's no way I've got 20/20 vision. Like, look how far away that is and I can't see. Because I can't remember the days when I could actually see, because I've been wearing glasses for 16 years. So since I was in year 5, so that's like, what, 10, 11 years old? 10, 11 years old? Well, in school years and college years and uni years, it's been, you know, is it 16 years or 10? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 years.
2 hours later.
13, 12. It's been over 10 years that I've been wearing glasses. But yeah, I've got 20/20 vision. This experience was amazing. I think, you know, if you do wear glasses, you've been wearing glasses for a long time, and you know, like me, obviously I'm on my weight loss journey, so I've got to do a lot of vigorous exercising. Glasses just get in the way, do you know what I mean? And like having to find out, oh, have I got contact lenses to go here? So like if my friends want to say, oh, let's go to here, there and the other, if I ain't got no contact lens and I can't get no contact, it's a big hassle, you know. I would suggest you going to get a consultation because it is so worth it. The procedure was great, do you know what I mean? There was no issues at all. I could not fault Optical Express one bit. Everything was professional. I was informed. It was just a really good experience, and I felt great afterwards, and I was really looked after by everybody that was there. It is definitely worth it. Definitely worth it, because even sometimes I'm going to push up my glasses and I'm touching my eye and whoa, there's no glasses there anymore. So I think it's going to take me a while to get used to not having to wear glasses, like, ever. But it is completely worth it. Like, it's pain-free. It is pain-free, literally. And I've waited so long for this because, like, I booked my surgery back in, I think it was March. I was supposed to have it done, but obviously it got cancelled due to Corona trying to mash up the place. But Corona did not prevail, and I got my eyes done. So welcome to 20/20 vision. But yes, I'm so happy. I feel like I feel a bit normal, because I've always lived my life like wearing glasses and things like that. I know it comes from my mom's side of the family. We all wear glasses, but I'm happy that they're gone now. I'm happy that they're gone, and I'm just happy that I'm having no issues. Like, I'm not having any issues with my eyes. I'm not having any pain or anything like that where I'm having to call up the surgeon and be like, this is happening, you know. Everything went perfect. Everything went as planned, and I'm so happy. And I would definitely suggest you having laser eye surgery if you feel like you don't want to wear glasses anymore. Like, it's life-changing. It's emotional because, like, I can actually see. Even on camera, I'm looking around at my street and I'm looking to see how far I can. It's amazing. It's a great experience. But yeah, guys, I think that's the end of my experience. So I've done my surgery day. I've done my one-day post-op. In regards to my laser eye surgery, my next video will be my 1 month post-op, which I've got an appointment for that. I am going to try and see if I can record that so you can actually see me having the test done and what they actually say about my eyes. But yes, that is it for my experience, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to drop me any questions about my experience. But for now, Trinity is out.